Yes. And we're back with Evan Lionel. You have been listening to Drip the Mic Network 2020 Vision, where you want to stay focused and get this healing and get this love, life, and light into you based on comedy, music, and spirituality and acting. So right now we've been sitting here with the comedian Evan, and actor, award-winning actor.
Yeah.
And legend.
Yeah.
And Chicago legend.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love my city.
Yeah, for sure.
Love my city, yes. And I am one of the founders of comedy in Chicago. I would say it would be me, Bernie Mac,
For sure.
Damon Williams, Kenny Howell, George Wilborn, all of us, Tony Schofield. It's a group of us. Like D-Ray and Corey Holcomb came after us.
Okay.
Godfrey was a youngster. James Hanna was a big writer in Hollywood. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
R.I.P. James Hanna. Michael Collier was way before us.
Okay.
I used to see him downtown when I was a kid doing what he did at Venice Beach here.
Okay.
He was doing it first in Chicago. Downtown.
So you said D-Ray and Corey Holcomb came after you.
Yes, they
so
were in the group after us.
So did you leave Chicago by that time?
Yeah,
When did
I was out of Chicago, and
Okay.
I passed the torch on to
Okay.
those guys, and D-Ray took over and ran with it. D-Ray was the next new and improved version of me.
I can see that.
He was producing huge comedy shows at Riddle's Comedy Club, which Damon Williams is running it now. But D-Ray had Riddle's Comedy Club at first in a whole different location. And when I tell you he was doing an amazing job and making money hand over foot out there, D-Ray was doing it big at a young age.
Yeah, when I met you guys, I saw D-Ray at the Laugh Factory first. And then we were doing that show Tuesdays at the Sunset Room. Yeah. On
Sunset Room.
Yes.
Wow. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Tommy Davis used to have me. Tommy
Yeah.
Davison would have me come in
host.
and host
Yes.
for him when he couldn't
Yes,
be there.
and Speedy.
And Speedy,
Yeah.
yes.
And then, you and D-Ray used to come through, man,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
show us love. So we would show up at the Laugh Factory on Sundays. Y'all would come to the Sunset Room on Tuesdays and show us singers love. And we was a group. It was right when D-Ray got his development deal or whatever, and we was all our little clique.
Yeah.
We just clicked up.
And
everybody took off.
Yes, everybody did their own thing. D-Ray, actually, one of the funniest stories about D-Ray is I came to Riddles to do a show for him. And I was headlining, and a fight broke out. Now, this is on the far south side of Chicago in an area out kind of suburban area.
Okay.
And believe it or not, Riddles was a white comedy club, white owned.
Okay.
Mostly white people would show up at Riddles, except D-Ray's night. D-Ray's night had everybody who was wilding from the streets and the projects the whole night. So I come into the club ready to headline. They throwing tables and chairs.
Oh my God.
Fighting like nobody's business. Like they tearing the club up.
Yeah.
D-Ray literally said, "See, that's why we can't have nothing." And now I'm coming to the stage. What? My big brother. See, he back home from L.A., and this what y'all do when he come home. He literally introduced me. Give it up for Evan Lionel. I come on stage. They throwing chairs and tables. They fight. I literally just stood there, and I said, this what I come home to. And slowly they stopped fighting.
That's beautiful.
Put the chairs back on the floor.
Okay.
Set the tables up.
The people.
Yes.
Wow.
Got into my show and loved it.
And loved it.
That's when you know you're a legend in Chicago.
And laughter heals.
Laughter heals. They literally stopped fighting.
That's right.
And literally, I did my full hour.
Okay.
How cool is that?
That's wonderful.
Shout out to the little bro, D-Ray.
What up,
Doing
D-Ray?
big things.
Homie, improv
Yes.
on Monday nights, baby.
Yes.
So, okay. Now I want to get into fatherhood for you. And I know there was, again, when I met you, they were all over you. Even before then, the women were all over you.
Yeah.
How did you find love, settle down, and get, did you,
I got to have a drink on that one. I got to have a drink.
you wifed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said, mm-hmm.
I did, and paid a whole bunch for the wedding
Okay.
myself. My ex-wife is Indian, from
Okay.
India.
Okay, from India.
Goa is the name of the actual area she's
She's from Goa. Okay.
And I actually met her living in the same building that I lived in back in '97.
Okay. In LA?
Yeah,
Okay.
in LA.
Okay.
Back in '97. She's living in the same apartment building, and Indian woman, had gotten kicked out of USC. I found out her parents had paid for her education cash.
Okay.
She got kicked out messing with the wrong people.
Okay.
Okay. I was real popular at USC because I was doing a lot of colleges
Okay.
back then. So
Comedy
the
tours.
staff at USC knew me
Okay.
from comedy tours. And I asked for help. I said, this young lady got kicked out. I want to get her back in to get her degree. Her education is already paid for by her parents. She was living in my building, mixed up with the wrong people, had come from another country, and somehow got linked up with some dudes from Compton. And literally taking them cigarettes and drinks and God only knows what else. You feel me? So I was like, look, you got to stop this.
Yeah.
I was coming in. I was taping the television series Born Free.
Okay.
I was a regular on that,
Yes.
and I had a place in Ventura County
Okay.
where we were shooting.
Right, right.
But I would drive back to the city
Yeah.
because I wanted to have fun.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me? So
yeah.
I drive all the way back, and I saw her leaving out at 3 a.m. one morning. I knew she was my neighbor. I said, what you doing out here at 3 a.m.? She said, I'm going to the library. And I believed her,
Okay.
of course. She said, I'm in college,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm going to the library. I was like, okay, if that's what you're doing, that's good. You study hard, because I graduated from college.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you study at any time. You go to the
Okay,
library
right.
at any time. Library is 24 hours. But she was taking stuff to dudes in Compton. And she was involved with some crooked lawyers. And the crooked lawyers was, I don't know what they had her doing for them. But I intervened in all those
Yeah.
relationships. Once we started dating, I told, like, the dudes, two of the dudes showed up from the CPT, and they was ringing our doorbell profusely, and I just happened to walk up to the door. And she's on there saying, I can't come out. I don't want to be involved with y'all. And so I hear her voice, and I go, wait a minute, y'all looking for, her?
Yeah.
I was like, she just said she don't want to be bothered. So, of course, they jumped rough, and then things happened, and then they was gone.
They was gone.
So,
'Cause you're from Chicago. It is what it is.
not gone, but they was gone from the scene.
Right, I understand.
From there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
So, and they picked the wrong one
I know,
at that
I know,
time,
that's
and they
right.
got a little spanking.
I know that's right.
Just a little bit.
I mean,
just love,
what-
all in love. It was in love.
I'ma whoop your
folks.
ass in Jesus'
Let me
name.
say this: it was in love.
I'm going to whoop your ass in Jesus' name.
It
Go
was-
on and
it
get
was
this
in the
holy
name.
whooping.
Sometimes you got to spare the rod.
And spoil the
There
child.
you go. Sometimes you have to chastise people to get them in check. So they left her. I went and saw the leader of the little group.
Okay.
Took her with me. I was like, homie, when you walk into like where they making money, their eyes be big. Like, what is going on? I was like, look, homeboy, I'm not here, because the two was there.
Okay.
They were scared to death. That's who we was telling you.
That's who whooped our
That's
ass.
him right there. You feel me? So I said, look, homie. I said, we don't have to do nothing right now. I'm not here for anything except I want you to leave her alone. Okay?
Right.
And he was like, she ain't said nothing. I said, well, go ahead. And
Right.
she was like, I don't want you to talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to call you. I don't want to bring you anything else. I don't want anything to do with you.
Right.
I said, look him in his eyes.
And tell him.
She looked him in his eye. I don't want anything to do with you. He was a real one. He said, I heard you. Don't worry about it.
Don't
You
worry
ain't never
about
got to deal with me again.
That's right.
That was the last we heard of them.
Okay.
So that was shut down. Then the lawyer had bought her a Mercedes.
Okay.
All right. She in college.
Right.
This dude is probably in his 70s,
Of course. Of course.
fat and ugly and old.
Right.
What are you giving her a Mercedes for?
You know
What's
why.
going on?
Right.
So I had to go to his house with the Mercedes and the keys.
And here you go.
Don't ever give her another car. She was like, tell him I didn't have sex for this car or anything. He was
Right.
like, I don't have to tell him nothing. Just give me my keys back. I said, good, because I don't want to hear nothing.
I don't want to hear
I would
nothing.
hate to think
Right.
that you was with this Jabba the Hutt looking. I would hate to think that.
See,
So,
but that's a good man. That's
Yeah.
you're a good man. You know what I
So
mean? Things
gave-
that you can't control, don't even worry about
absolutely gave him the keys back. So then it was me and her.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And so, of course, you through dating, you go through changes. I kept trying to break up, this, that, and the other. But my mom was on me.
Yeah.
That girl don't want to leave your house. You wrong for keeping her at your house. You gonna have some illegitimate babies just like yourself. That's what you want. I'm looking at
Like,
my mom
damn.
like, who are you
right now?
What
Who are you right now?
Exactly.
Wasn't you just telling the women
Exactly.
to be the
Exactly. She was like, you need to do right by that girl. You need to do the right thing and
She
stop
wanted-
this foolishness.
She wanted better for you.
And I was like, all right, maybe my mom right. Damn it.
But you know, y'all men love a damsel in distress, though.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We
y'all
throw
weak
the
for that
cape
shit.
on. We will
Y'all
throw the
throw
cape
that
on
cape
in a
on.
heartbeat.
Y'all throw it on in a minute. Y'all know we monsters.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a monster.
ain't know we
to go and tell the truth.
What you say?
But y'all look innocent.
We do.
Look at how innocent. Yeah, exactly. So I threw the cape on, asked her to marry me, gave her. My mom even gave me her wedding ring.
Aw.
Wasn't a good start because I told you my mom became a mistress. I probably shouldn't have took
So
the
where?
wedding
That's
ring.
what I was gonna ask you. Where the wedding ring?
She kept it, of course.
No, but I'm saying, where did your mother get a wedding?
No, she was married at first.
At first.
My mom was married. She stayed married until he died. They just weren't together. You know, black folks would stay married
Oh
back
yeah,
then.
for sure.
Like, even if they ain't seen each other, she hadn't
years.
seen him in 30-something years,
Yeah,
but he
that's-
was still her husband.
That's how my mom and stepdad was.
Yeah,
Like,
and she would say, that's my husband. But
Yeah.
that was what that was.
Okay.
So I gave her the ring, asked her to marry me,
Mm.
and paid for a wedding. Her parents, literally her father, when I called him as a gentleman and said, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage,
yeah.
he was like, don't do it. That's what he
What'd he say, Evan?
Don't do it. Don't, please. She will ruin your life. Don't do it.
Oh
don't
my
do it.
God!
You should live with her first. Live with her. Don't
Oh my
marry
God.
her. If you marry her, she will ruin your life like she has ruined mine.
Oh
What
my
did she
God.
do? What did she do in college? She got kicked out. She will destroy you. Don't do it.
Oh my
That's
God!
what he said to me.
And you didn't listen.
Live with her. And I was hard-headed. And I was thinking he was a racist. He don't like me because I'm black and she
okay.
Indian.
So
I
you told-
apologize, sir.
He told himself
I should
that.
have listened to you, sir. I apologize for that. I truly apologize. Fellas, if father says don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it because I didn't listen to
Right,
her. You
right,
feel me?
right.
I mean, I didn't listen to him about her. And so I got married.
Uh-huh.
And it was a question, was he going to come to the wedding? He was like, nah, he's not coming. He's not going to support it. And then this was an Indian and black wedding.
But he wasn't saying anything. He wasn't.
It
mean
wasn't
to
about
you.
me.
Right. But
It was
in your,
about
But in
her.
your mind, okay.
In my mind,
Yeah.
I'm thinking he a racist.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
He was telling me who his daughter really
Really was. Yeah. Yeah.
I was seeing the innocent, sweet side, which is what y'all give us. See the innocent, sweet side? Do you see it? That's what
It
y'all
exists,
give.
though.
Exactly. And
Until-
I think you met her. I think you met her back in the day.
when you were doing that comedy spot in West Hollywood, and I came up here from San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Gorgeous lady.
Yeah.
So I at the wedding, it was Indian and black folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, my wedding almost turned into an all-out brawl from my cousins because honestly, the Indian people, her friends and her brothers was not wanting to associate with the black people. Like, for real.
Really?
Like, and my cousin, who's a detective in Chicago, he was so mad because when they were all the bridesmaids were getting out the van, his daughter was my ring,
The ring bearer.
flower girl.
Oh, flower girl.
Flower
Okay.
girl.
Uh-huh.
So the daughter was the flower girl, and once he helped the Indian women down, he turned around and walked away. and left the baby girl there. She's 6 years old. So she jumped out of the van by herself and was running through the parking lot in that long dress.
Oh, my God.
And my cousin saw her from the church, and he saw that man turn his back and walk away on her. So, and he a detective at the time.
Yeah.
He literally told me in the elevator, cuz, be glad it's you. Cause I'd have shut this whole thing down.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. When I saw my baby girl jump out that truck by herself and run through that parking lot, he said, cuz, be glad. And I knew he meant it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
yeah, it's a baby girl.
And so in the wedding, we got married, and Stephen Williams, my uncle, I don't know if y'all know who Stephen Williams is, my uncle from Chicago. He's 21 Jump Street, Ambitions with Robin Givens right now, The Shy, Stephen Williams.
Okay, pull him up. Pull him up so I can see him.
Oh my God, y'all should know who Stephen Williams is.
Are they still tuned in on Facebook and YouTube? Okay, all right.
There's Unc right there.
You guys tuned in to Drip the Mic Network, 2020 Vision. What's his name? Stephen
Williams.
Stephen Williams. Okay, all right. I know him. Yeah.
But that's just one of the roles. He was Mr. X on the X-Files. He's Rufus in Supernatural.
He's been around for a minute.
So he at the wedding laughing.
Cracking up.
And talking stuff.
Cracking up.
Boy, what you doing? You should have never brought this woman up in this church. You know better than that. He still be on me about that today, too. You should have never brought this woman in this church. You know you ain't ready to be married.
And that's your uncle?
Yes. A lot of my ex-girlfriends showed up. They was mad at the wedding. So we all at the wedding. I don't even remember the vows. You ever been in a trance? It was like I was in. Have you ever gone through something
let me
like?
Let me ask you, why did you just keep going? Because every step of the way is some bullshit. Why did you keep going, Evan?
Because I was trying
you spent
to
all
do
that
what
money.
not that. It was because I was trying to do what my mom said.
You're right.
Like on everything. I've never tripped on money because God is my source.
That's right.
But my mom was telling me to do what was right. I don't even remember saying any vows. I don't even remember saying I do. I don't remember any of that. All I remember is standing up at the podium with the priest in a daze. I'm not Catholic. Why are we even getting married in a Catholic church? It's because she wanted a marriage in a Catholic church.
And wait a minute, she's Indian and she's Catholic?
Yes, she's Catholic.
And
so I don't remember the vows or anything. I was just in a daze, and I had been up 24 hours setting up the reception and buying champagne and doing everything, like literally doing everything by myself while she's in a hotel suite getting dolled up with her girlfriends.
So had you guys had children before yet?
No.
Okay.
Paid for a limo. They literally called me and said, I paid for the limo. They called me and said my mom couldn't ride in a limo with her mom and dad. I said, that'll be the day when I pay for a limo that my mom can't ride in.
You got me.
So they had to deal with mother in the limo.
Okay.
And my mom is hard.
And did she show up in the orange suit?
My mom showed up looking wild and talking to her mother crazy. Hey, lady, I wouldn't have worn my hair like that. You should have styled your hair a different way. No, I'm saying the hairdo is horrible. This lady looked bad.
I would love to see a movie on this.
That lady.
I would love to see a movie
on it. About her. My mom was like, this lady, something wrong with her. She don't even want to talk. Something is wrong with you. I was like, Mom. I gave her $100 to go gamble so she could stop starting.
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
She came back in 5 minutes. I done lost $100, son. I need another. I was like, if you don't go sit down, mother. Oh my God.
You know she don't give a fuck about no Oprah. She ain't about to.
Exactly. So we got through the wedding, had the big reception, and I was so tired I was blacking out on the way to the honeymoon because I had paid for the honeymoon directly after the reception. Right. So we left the reception, and she was getting me to Florida, like pushing me through the airport. I was falling asleep the whole way. We actually made the honeymoon and had a good time, and that was the beginning of madness.
Wow. So tell me about the children
and so we ended up having 3 beautiful babies.
Okay.
Now they're 11, 13, and 17, and I haven't seen them for 6 years.
Oh my
God.
I
haven't seen them for 6 years because I asked for a divorce. And I guess in their life, you don't get a divorce. The man's supposed to be dead or something.
Oh, wow.
Some people believe, like in marriage, they believe you're supposed to be dead.
Death do you
like
part.
for
real.
So she tried to have the police murder me. like literally.
Okay, now
Literally
this is
murdered
taking a
me.
wild turn, man.
This is real. So when I asked for a divorce, she sat at home calmly with that innocent face, just like what you got right now, with the long hair and everything. Yes.
This
yes.
they hair too. I got this from over in the Middle East. This came straight from India, by the way. But
Oh,
go ahead.
really? Damn it!
This came straight
You
from
had
over
to
there
throw
too.
the Indian
I mean,
hair
we
at me.
scalped it. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Hilarious. We sat down. I told her, it's time. We are not happy in this. After 11 years of marriage, I said, we are not happy. We've been like not getting along. She was very uptight sexually. I have high sex drive. She was uptight. I guess somebody told her sex was bad or something. It was just, that was not good. And when you don't have good sex with your wife, it's not gonna be.
It's not
that's
gonna
not a
last.
good thing. No.
Yeah.
So I asked her for a divorce. She was like, "Oh, sweet, yes." And we worked out everything. Pulled up a drawing board on how we gonna divide stuff. I said, "I found another house. I'll give you this house, right? I had a house in Chatsworth. You can have this house.
Right.
I found another house that my friend is gonna sell me the whole nine." She was like, "Okay, what do we need to do?"
Okay.
I was like, "Great." And so we went to sleep, woke up, took the kids to school the whole nine. And I came back home with my 3-year-old at the time, put her in her baby bed. I said, I'm going to take a nap because we had a long night. I woke up to 8 police in my house with guns drawn, ready to shoot and kill me. And I had no idea why. To this day, I found out that she knew one of the officers.
Okay.
And they plotted all this together. And the objective was they were supposed to shoot me.
Oh, my God.
But that
God is
wasn't
good.
God's will.
No, God is good.
God said something differently.
That's right.
Because they was yelling at me. I woke up. Who's in the house yelling? I opened my bedroom door. All kind of guns pointed at me. Hadn't done anything wrong. They arrested me unlawfully. Didn't even tell me why they arrested me. Took me into a glass holding room. Wouldn't talk to me. Wouldn't tell me why I was there. Moved me to another precinct in Van Nuys. Kept me there for 24 hours. Wouldn't talk to me. Ran all kinds of checks and security checks. Make you look, tattoos, checking everything. You got to be naked, the whole nine. My blood pressure had shot up to 250 over 199.
Yeah, I know it did.
Then when I was in regular population, all of the inmates was like, "That's that comedian. That's that comedian.
Yeah.
That's Evan Lionel.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?"
So they moved me from regular population, and then they started asking me questions. Who are you? And I said, I told y'all who I am. When y'all gonna tell me why
Who you
I'm
are.
here?
Yeah, what's going on with you guys?
You
Yeah.
feel me? Then they created something and said we're running a check because they said you're dangerous and you're possibly wanted across the nation. Like they had lied.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So nothing. She said they had to come up with why they were holding me. So they said spousal abuse. Okay, there was no spousal abuse. The DA threw it out immediately. Immediate DA reject. Immediate city attorney reject. They literally was fishing. She told them I was an entertainer in the public, but my other persona is dangerous.
Right.
And they told me, the police apologized. They said, we got to act on what we're told. Because if you had been who she said you were and you did something to her and the kids, then we would have been liable. So we apologized. But they said, you better get some help because that woman dangerous.
So they wasn't in on it.
Not all of them. Just one of them.
Okay.
Had orchestrated it.
The whole thing. Okay.
One of them orchestrated, but they were pawns. They didn't know. They
didn't
just
know.
doing their job.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so how I found out one of them was a part of it was I saw my daughter after it when the court allowed some visitation, and my daughter had a new doll, a new Barbie doll. And I said, baby girl, where you get that from? And she said, Officer Sanchez. And I said, Officer, who's that? Mommy's friend. And so I said, let me look up the arrest report. And I looked it up. Sure enough.
He was on there.
That name was on there. And so it's been corruption from the very beginning. Her attorney had me taken to a court where his friend was presiding. His friend. That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So they automatically, even though there was no incident, and the DA threw the case out and the city attorney threw the case out, this family court judge, who was his friend, said, I don't care what the DA says. She put a restraining order against me to stop me from going near my own house.
Wow.
So my wife could take the house.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
Oh,
and
my
from
God.
the very beginning, they were doing all kind of crooked stuff. And I'm still trying to sort it out 8 years later.
Do you know where they are, your children?
I don't.
You don't even know if they're in this country?
I don't know where they are.
Your story is so compelling. I understand you have a movie, a film.
I do. I
Based
have
on your story.
It's called Dad Speak.
You know what? I think we have a trailer. Let's check that out.
It's become clear to me that fatherhood is one of the most important pieces in the urban family.
What happens to a man in family court, when you walk into family court, you'll hear a lot of fathers saying this, I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids.
I didn't know where my daddy was. I didn't know what happened to my daddy.
I've had children disclose to me, I know my dad has other kids and he sees them all the time, but he never sees me.
So I open my bedroom doors. Police are strategically placed in my home with guns telling me to walk down the stairs backwards. A lot of people think that it's always the man who is out in the gang.
Don't hate the man more than you love your children.
Struggle forth, but struggle forth in love.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah.
It's about a lot of fathers. You know, we did it because a lot of fathers are being kept from their children unlawfully.
Okay.
Separated from their children, unfortunately, through crooked lawyers.
Okay.
Crooked judges in some cases. If you watch a movie on Netflix called I believe it's called Divorce Corp, as in corporation,
Okay.
or Marriage Story. There's another one called Marriage Story.
Marriage Story.
It'll show you what happens when lawyers get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So for all married couples out there, I would truly suggest, if you're going to get a divorce, actually work it out
Okay.
with yourselves.
Okay.
Sit down and put your differences aside and stop that personal stuff.
Okay.
And literally divide your assets up, because all the lawyer's going to do is take it.
Wow.
Like, y'all gonna be broke when the lawyers
When they
get through
done.
with y'all.
When they
promise
done.
you,
Yeah.
promise you. You could think I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it.
no, I
You'll
agree.
find out.
I know it's a contract with the government. That's what marriage is. A contract.
It's a contract with the government. It ain't about love. It's not in the best interest of the children. It's in the best interest of lining your pockets. If you go to family court, you're gonna see a line of fathers that are literally saying, "I just want to see my kids. I just
Wow.
want to see my kids." And child support is literally taking their license, stopping them from working and
Yeah.
being mobile.
Yeah.
How can you provide for your children if your license is
and you
suspended?
can't work. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a game.
This sounds like a plot bigger than, about a dad being absent. That sounds
Absolutely.
like it sounds like a money grab.
It is. That's to keep you coming back to court, to filing this, to filing that, so that they can make money. Guess what? If none of us showed up to family court, how could they make money?
That's right.
You
That's
feel
right.
me?
That's right.
So if there's anybody out there who feel like I'm ready to get a divorce, sit down and discuss it with your partner and actually work it out and put your differences aside. Divide your little items up, whatever they are.
Okay.
Whatever your money situation is, handle it amongst yourselves and literally fill out the paperwork. Then the court won't be able to rob you of your assets.
So then
But
you just
they
take
want
it to
you
court
fight.
without getting attorneys involved.
Right.
Involved. You just take
Right.
once you work it out, you take it to court.
Right. The court wants you to fight.
Okay.
You feel me? Me and my ex been fighting for 8 years.
Wow. Are you divorced?
Totally divorced.
Okay.
200 grand in, and God only knows how much she's in. And I got celebrity friends who they go, whatever?
Yeah.
I'm 2 million in.
What?
I'm $1 million in. Like, these are my celebrity friends.
That's crazy.
Like, going to
big business.
divorce court to fight
Yeah.
and paying millions of dollars of their money to win what? When y'all could just sit down and say, you keep the kids on Saturday, I'll keep them Sunday, we'll split this up, we'll split that up. They want you to fight.
Will they try to make you get, like, if you take your documents to court and say, hey, we've already worked this out, we don't need a mediator, we already know what we're going to do, then what? Then
They're going to suggest, they're going to pull y'all apart. And they're going to tell you, you know, he doesn't have to see the kids if you don't want him to.
Damn.
And I've watched them do it, and I've intervened and said something about, see, that's crooked.
That's crazy.
One lady said, no, he can see the kids whenever he wants. They're his kids too. Why are you? No, I'm not going to sign that paper.
Right.
Because he was like, sign this paper. We'll get a restraining order.
God.
And then he can't see the kids. This will give you the upper hand in the divorce. That's why they give out restraining orders like a rubber stamp in family court.
That's crazy.
Once they put a restraining order on the men, you can't go back to your house. And people don't believe me. You cannot go to your own. My name was on the deed. Evan, you can't go back there.
That's crazy.
You feel me? And if your kids have been added to the restraining order, which they added my kids to the restraining order,
But
you
based
can't
on
go
what, though?
anywhere based on nothing.
Ugh.
I'd be glad to have anybody investigate my case. You'll see I've been totally done wrong, but I'm not the first black man in this country
That's
to
right.
be done wrong
That's
by
right.
by the system.
That's right.
I'm one of millions.
Yeah.
But if you pull my case,
Yeah.
Lionel versus Lionel, you'll say, wow. It's
That's
so much
bananas.
crooked stuff. It's stuff, they done stole stuff out of my file, the whole nine, to cover up the wrong that they've done. But I want to say, if the crooked attorney is watching, any of y'all that's crooked out there
That's right.
watching, I'm going to find a way to expose you.
That's right.
Y'all picked the wrong one.
That's right.
And yes, I'm still here.
And he's still here.
Yep,
And he's on
still
2020
here.
Vision, baby.
Still
and
talking
And he's
about it.
focused.
Yes.
And he's focused for sure.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
if the crooked attorney is listening, yes. And even his own family called me. And he said, my brother's crooked. His brother called me. I could play the voicemail for you. His brother called me and said, my brother is crooked, and what he's doing is, I'm talking about the attorney.
The attorney's brother.
He called me up. His brother called me and said, my brother's crooked, and whatever he is doing, he's done it to his own family.
Oh,
He
my
even pulled the
God.
restraining order game on his brother to stop his brother, get his brother locked out the house. So when their mother was dying,
Oh, my God.
he could sign all the paperwork so his brother couldn't get a part of any of their mother's inheritance.
And that's the attorney she's hooked in with.
That's the attorney she's locked in with. But remember, I told you she was locked in with,
with
dirty
another
attorneys
in the
from
first,
the
fir-
beginning.
right? That's what I was going to ask you.
But I was asleep on it.
But is it this guy? Is he
Not
involved?
the same
Okay,
guy,
I was
but
just wondering.
maybe that guy suggested this
I thought
guy.
about it. I thought about it as soon as you said it. I said, well, you know, she was already messing with the
It's
little.
all coming together.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy suggested this guy.
Yeah. Well,
But
how old are your children now? How old are
My children are 11,
Uh-huh.
13, and 17. And I want to say to my children,
Yes.
please know that I love y'all.
Yes.
Please know your father has never abandoned
That's
you.
right.
I keep making videos like this.
Yes.
There is no child that I made while I was married and I chose that child over you. That's a lie if that's what you've been told. Your father's not in prison.
That's
If they
right.
told you that, I've never harmed your mother.
That's right.
There's no history, no record of that. All those is lies.
Yes.
Trust me when I say it, and I have all evidence to prove everything that I'm saying. I've kept all the paperwork.
That's right.
Trust and believe. If my children are listening,
Yes.
your father loves you. I've always taken care of you from the very beginning. I've fed you. I've clothed you. I'm the one that changed your diapers, fed you. I bought a breast pump
Uh-huh.
for her to pump her
Yeah,
milk,
yeah.
and then I would feed the babies
Yes.
while she was at work.
Yes.
I would take them to school. I would potty train. I was the one that did all of that, and my children know it, and your father loves you. I'm right here.
That's right. Say their names, Evan.
That's Mario, my 17-year-old,
All right.
and Victoria and Sophia is my youngest.
Shout out to Mario, Victoria, and Sophia. You heard it from your dad. He loves you. And
Yes.
You guys will be reunited. You will be reunited.
Yes, we will.
And that's your will, and it will be done.
Yes,
It
yes,
will be
and
done.
it is God's will. But and one of the OC, one of my New York comedians just said, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned."
Mm-hmm.
OC, please know that any woman that's listening,
Yeah.
that is unacceptable to
Yeah.
say that's your reason because you scorned.
Yeah.
You're gonna destroy your kid's
Yep.
life. You gonna lie on a man and try to destroy his life, take all his assets and try to leave him with nothing because you scorned because he don't want to be with you? That's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Why can't a woman be rejected? Men take rejection every day. So hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Little bro, tell any woman you know that's unacceptable, especially when it comes to children.
I always tell all the young ladies that I know, and women period, but definitely all the young ladies that I know, keeping the father away from the child only hurts the child.
Yeah.
I mean, not only, obviously, the father gets hurt, but the one that gets hurt the most is the children. The father of my children was killed in 97.
Wow.
So I was left with 2 little boys. And to raise 2 little boys,
Wow.
and for them not to see a father or see a man that looks like them, even the looks, you'll be surprised. Even just to have them identify with another man in this world that actually looks like them, that affects them from a very mental standpoint. And I've dealt with a lot of heartache with my children, with my 2 boys, trying to raise them in a society without their father, and even getting married. And don't get me wrong, my husband is great. He's been a great father to my children. But even them not being able to still look at him and identify with him as, hey, you look like me, Dad. You know what I mean? And so it's the most heartbreaking story, and it affects them mentally. I mean, from ADD to even PTSD, even arrested development. Wow. I've seen all those attributes in my children from their father being absent, but not because he decided just not to be there, but someone took his life. So my thought is, if your father is still here, I don't care if he messed up and, wasn't around, or if you guys decided to break up and didn't like each other anymore. If he is here, allow them to have a relationship with their father. And I'm talking specifically about boys, but even girls too. Women, a lot of us have daddy issues, father issues, and we start looking for love in all the wrong places. We start looking for fathers. Sometimes you wonder, why is this young girl with this older man, like this man that just, like you said, she was 20 in her 20s and he was
20.
70, daddy issues, whether it sounds like her dad was still around, but obviously
he had cut her off.
Yeah.
He had 100% cut her off. Yeah. And he had cut her off because he literally gave her a gold card. When foreigners come here with parents that have money, they come here with money.
Oh yeah, for
Don't
sure.
sleep.
Oh,
So
no. They got some money over there in the Middle East, baby.
As a 20-year-old, she's got a gold card, limitless. He's sending her cash. 5,000 here, 3,000 there. And I found out the Deuce in Compton was coming up. They was on the come up.
Of course they was.
Some Latin dude I had to track down because he was on the come up. He told us some goofy story like, if I don't pay these dudes $3,000, they gonna break my legs. And she got money. She's new in the country. She a foreigner. Oh, they gonna break your legs. So she just giving money away. So I had to show up. Where's the dude at? Point him. I literally point him out. The one that got the $3,000 from you. So he saw me in the door looking, right? But I couldn't do nothing because it was in class. So when they let out, it's college, so it's big class. When I tell you he got out of there some kind of way where I couldn't find him and never came back to class again. Wow. But she was doing all of that kind of stuff. And please understand this. My children did have me in their lives in the beginning, and I was an excellent father to them. Of course. And everybody that would talk to me on the phone would hear my kids in the background. And when you would come to Weber's, my kids would have been there earlier with me for me to set up the room for all of y'all to sing. Because I would go set it up like a living room. You saw we had couches and how beautiful it was. That was me coming with my kids, doing their homework with them at the club, and setting up the room for y'all to come have the ambiance that we created to have the amazing shows we had. Even Prince came by that club.
Oh, yeah, I remember
hear the
Prince came
Tell me
by.
the Prince story. Just switch gears for just a second.
Just at that club that I would take my kids to, I'm on stage. It was Weber's.
Okay.
I'm on stage, and I get a note passed to me on stage, and they keep bothering me. You gotta go outside. Somebody in the limo. I'm like, who the fuck? All right, I'm gonna get off stage and go see who this is. I go out front. It's a limo out front of Weber's, and that's in a little, small hole in the wall. I walk up to the limo thinking it's maybe Joe Torre playing, because me and him was close. One of my comedian brothers,
Okay.
Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Cat also came by the club too. Window rolled down, Prince standing there.
Oh Lord.
Prince is sitting in the limo.
Oh, pretty man
Prince
himself.
sitting in the limo, hair was feathered.
Oh my God.
He had the feather joint.
Yes.
Okay.
I told hubby that's the only one I leave you for.
Well, you
Prince.
ain't got to
Ah,
worry
you ain't
about,
gotta worry
the,
about
the purple one now. And when I tell you, like, a lot of people try to act like Prince was feminine, there was nothing
No.
feminine about this
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, you will see the makeup and all that, but he was still a man.
He's a thug.
Right. Because he said to me, so I'm all in a daze, like, sir? Do you feel? So Prince looked at me and he said, you funny. He said, we can't talk about what's real. I almost fainted.
Oh my God.
Almost fainted. I got dizzy. I was dizzy.
Okay,
I
so
was dizzy.
for those who's listening that don't know, I know most people know, but for those who are listening that doesn't know, we can't talk about what's real. That's Evan Lionel.
Yeah.
That's his tagline. His whole comedy is based off of being real. You have the unique gift
Talking about what's real.
real, but
And this
making
is
it funny.
100% real.
Yes.
It's 100% real. So Prince looks at me and he says, hey, look, I'm gonna come in your club tonight. I was like, what? I done turned it. I'm all, you ever have a hard time breathing? What?
Your voice got high.
Exactly.
Soft as-
Right? So he said, yeah. He said, yeah. I mean, deep voice. He was manly. And he said, I don't want no cameras in my face.
Right.
I don't want nobody asking for my information. I don't want no shout outs from the stage.
Okay.
And I don't want you saying Prince is in the back. He said, I watch BET all the time. So when Prince was alive, to all my BET comics, he knew all of us.
Wow.
He watched all of us.
That's beautiful.
Like, and him and Bernie was real tight too. So that
Okay.
was another connection that he had. I'm sure him
Okay.
and Bernie would talk,
Okay.
So
Did Bernie used to call you big old head, big head?
right.
Okay.
So
he's been saying that since you've been in the interview.
right. So Prince said, I'm gonna come in. And he said, I might play. Now, can you imagine if you had been there and Prince said so
would've passed
he
out.
showed me his white guitar.
Okay.
He said, I brought this with me.
Oh.
I said, what are you even doing around here? Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
He said, I'm at the studio in the area. So it must have been a studio in the area that
Okay.
Prince works at.
Okay.
So he came in. I snuck him in the back. Remember that back area? Like, it was a front door,
Okay.
and the back door was
Oh.
actually what we used as the front door.
And they kind of
They come
have
in from the parking lot.
They, like right that little area. They have the cigar. They be
Right.
smoking cigars right there.
Right, that's the back.
Okay.
The front,
Okay.
actually, nobody paid attention to.
Okay.
It was two entrances. Nobody came through the front.
Okay.
Everybody used to always come through the parking lot because
Okay.
y'all would park in
Yeah.
the back
Yeah.
and come through the back.
Parking lot.
So y'all never paid attention to the front.
Okay.
Well, I walked Prince in the front door and set him right in VIP, right by the window. Just him, two women, and his limo driver. He didn't have no security with him or nothing. Prince sat and watched the show for 2 hours, watched everybody sing.
Wow.
Literally he was like, I like that girl, because I would come back and say, Prince, y'all need something to drink, y'all good? Oh yeah, tell the bartender we want X, Y, and Z. He was super cool. I say, Prince, you think you might want to play? He was like, hell no. You hear that sound system? I wish I would. And you know the sound system. I was going through it every week with the sound system.
I already knew.
Because y'all was looking at me mad. I was like, hey. It ain't
What's
me.
going on, bro?
Exactly, with the sound system at Weber's, but I was doing my best. So he said, hell no. And he said, but I'm having a good time.
That's right.
He stayed 2 hours, and then when he was getting ready to go, he was like, I walked back. He was like, I'm getting ready to go. I said, all right, I'm going to walk you out. And him and the ladies got up. We walked out front. And I said, hey, Prince, you think I could get a picture? He said, I'd rather not. I was like, got in the limo. He said, you know what? If I'm in the area next week, I'll come back by.
Oh.
And I didn't see him again until I went to Vegas.
Okay.
With Sinbad.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hanging out with Sinbad.
Uh-huh.
Sinbad says, I want to take you somewhere with me.
Okay.
We head out. Remember 312 at the Rio? You didn't know Prince owned a club called 312 at the Rio.
Okay.
He had a club
Okay.
and he had the arena where he would do regular concerts.
Wow.
So Sinbad said, we getting ready to go see Prince.
Uh-huh.
We're going to go holler at him.
Okay.
I was like, oh, well, I met Prince, so we cool. He was like, I know. So I obviously Prince checks before people come around him because Sinbad had checked with him.
Okay.
And was like, I got Evan. Oh, I know the kid. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So Sinbad says, we getting ready to go in this little small restaurant right here. And Prince is going to come play. I was like, Prince ain't coming to play in here, man. Are you serious? And so we sitting in there. It was a little place like this. Like little small room like this. And so we sitting at the table and Prince supposed to like in the corner get on a little stage and play. But he doesn't show up. So I'm sitting there and you know me, I'm impatient. We in Vegas, his honey's all out there. I was like, man, I'll be back. You the one married. I left out, right? I leave out, I'm gambling at the Rio. I come back, Prince finishing his last song.
Oh.
Literally looked at me and said, where were you?
Right.
I was like, oh, damn, Prince, please, can you play? Don't do this, man. Please. And he laughed, and he said, y'all follow me. And he walked us into the arena. I kid you not.
Okay.
And started playing, and it was an arena full of people.
Wow.
And he was walking us through VIP, and Sinbad said, let's sit over here. Like, already table,
Yes.
area set up for us.
Yeah.
And Prince was playing, and he walked. We followed him, and then he walked down and walked up onto the stage and started his concert.
My God. That's beautiful.
Why?
How do these things just keep happening to you?
That's God.
It got you right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
You're
God,
right
and I've
about
been
it.
dedicated to entertainment
That's right.
most of my life.
Most of your life.
So,
Well, congratulations on your life.
Yeah, that's the good side of
yeah.
it. The downside of it is what I'm dealing with my kids. And believe it or not, my life was sort of fairy tale-ish until I went through this.
To that moment.
So I guess I gotta have some sort of
Little yin
hardship.
and yang. That's all.
Yeah, I
It
guess
just
this
causes you to
is
want
a
more.
hard one though.
It causes you to want more.
Yeah, because before that, I was,
But you know what? The story is going to be so triumphant. It's not over yet. I can't wait for you to tell us the rest of the story. And it's not over yet. You're still writing it.
I'm doing my best to survive it. This is the hardest thing ever because we're in a pandemic and I can't talk to my kids and know they're okay.
They're okay, but I know they're okay. They're okay.
I have to have strong faith in
Yeah.
God. I mean, could you imagine not being able to speak to your kids?
I couldn't even imagine it. It would definitely tear me apart. It would definitely.
How
break
old are
me
they
up.
now?
You gonna,
They grown?
You gonna ask me that?
You like, you don't want to know how old they are. These fools is 35.
Is Aziz on the line? I'm gonna bring Aziz in. Aziz is the CEO. He's my brother. He's the CEO of Drip the Mic Network, and I want to bring him in. I know
Bring
he wants
him
to
in.
add on or ask a question.
Okay.
Aziz, you there?
Is he there?
Okay.
We lost Aziz.
All right. Who else we got waiting on the line? Deidre.
Deidre? Can she hear us?
The number is 646-378-0355. Press 1 to be heard. Sounds like no one wants to be heard.
Deidre, you on there?
I'm on here.
Yeah, she's on there. There she is.
Was Aziz?
Hello, I'm here.
And okay.
Hey, Deidre, how you doing?
Hey, I'm
What's
doing
up?
good. How are you?
Good, good. She said, I'm doing good. How are
my
you?
question, my question
Mm-hmm.
is, out of everything that you've done, everywhere you have been, touched the mic, blazed the mic, what is your next major project outside of the movie?
What's my next major project outside of Dad Speaks?
Yes.
Well, what I'm getting ready to do is actually do another hour special. And I actually, with that hour special, I want to do a 13 episode docu-series about what has happened in this situation. Those are my next two projects. And then I want to actually finish writing this movie on this story. And in my situation, it's so many people involved, and it's such a horrific story. I just got to finish writing it, but it's really painful and hard to write. I actually need assistance with the writing because it's too painful for me.
Wow. So any writers out there and producers out there, definitely, Evan Lionel is calling out for your help.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all of us artists and creators, we have a lot to add on to this story. This is a great and amazing story, and I think if we all come together, we can bring this thing home, and we can bring his children home to him. Yeah. Since I've known you for several years now, you've been fighting this fight.
Yeah.
You know, it's been near and dear to my heart as well, because I do believe that a father should be with his children, and children should be with their father.
Yes, if they're a good father,
Yeah.
And they want to know the call-in number.
It's 646-378-0355. Press 1 to raise your hand to be heard. Again, that call-in number is 646-373. No, I'm sorry, 378-0355. 646-378-0355. I'm sorry, you guys. There's a lot going on. People are giving me notices and things like that. I say this number every Sunday. It's 646-378-0355. Press 1 to be heard. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can see the number right on the screen, and you can also chat with us online. We're taking your chats and your questions. You guys, we only got a few minutes left here. Let's get one more call in. Who is that who wants to call in?
That was Derek O.C. Reed, comedian out of Queens, New York. Shout out to him. Super funny. The bus driver of comedy. Super hilarious. He was going to perform at the Apollo, have a big show at the Apollo on the 2nd, but that's not going to happen now.
Okay. Do we have him on the line yet?
Is OC calling in? Let me say this before they call in. So a lot of people ask me, why aren't you seeing your children?
Okay.
And did they rule that you can't see your children? Well, what the judge did was something horrible.
Okay.
The judge, because he was corrupt, and it was a group of them corrupt. I've had people removed off the bench, the whole nine, like the corruption runs deep. But this last judge said we have to stick to the order of the last corrupt judge. And the last corrupt judge ordered that I see my kids in some sort of institution, like with cops and guns and stuff. And I said, why? I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a reason for my kids to show up to an institution to see me. They can come see me at Panda Express. They can come see me anywhere.
Yes.
I'm a public figure. Why are you trying? That was the last order. I said, but the last order was corrupt. Why would you try to send me to an institution? So I speculated. I think what they've told my children is the reason I've been away from them is that I'm in prison or something, or I was in prison and guards have to be with me. They're trying to create a lie and have me fall prey to the lie. But I'm not stupid. First of all, why would I haven't seen my kids in a long time. Why would I go to some sort of institution to see my babies, my daughters and my son, and I'm not a criminal.
That's right.
This is where they send people who have bad criminals.
Right, yeah.
You know, they got to be protected.
Yeah.
The police got to be surrounding them.
And they want your babies to come there and see you there.
They want my babies to come to an institution like that to see me like I'm one of those sorts of people. So all I can think is they've lied to my babies. And they want to continue to lie. So this is what her lawyer is trying to do, get me to go to some institution. In addition to that, it puts me and my kids in jeopardy. Yeah. Because suppose the people there are dirty too and corrupt too and start something and then a dangerous situation takes place.
Of course. And then they want them to see you in that light.
Exactly.
I think we got your brother on the line. What's his name?
OC, the bus driver, OC Reed.
What
Derek
up,
OC Reed. Where you at,
Welcome
man?
to 2020 Vision.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you taking my call. I just want to say a couple of things about Evan Lavelle. First of all, he's an amazing person.
Yes.
He's a big brother to me in his comedy game. And like I said, God got your back, big brother.
That's
Don't
right.
even worry about that.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. That is beautiful, and we know that to be the truth over here.
And like I said, big bro, keep doing your thing, man. And like I said, I'm gonna see you at the top. And let me tell you a quick story about me and Evan. I met him in New York City. He came by. I'd never heard of him, never seen him. I got 25 years in the comedy game. Now, I'm a high-energy comedian. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to burn that stage
90
down.
seconds.
Evan came behind me after I had an amazing set, and he took that comedy room through the roof. And I said to myself, who the hell is Evan Lavelle? I've never heard this brother before.
That's what he do.
But we vibed. I showed him love. He came to my house. He stayed with me for an entire week, and we did the New York run, and we destroyed every stage we hit. So big shout-out to you, Evan Lavelle, for coming into my life. And you are my big bro, man.
All day, every
when I
day.
met you, I said, that's my big bro
60
right there.
seconds.
All day, every day, OC. And when this thing clears up, we back on the grind, hitting it, man. What's the deal with the Apollo situation? Did they give you a new date?
Well, what happens, we're going to wait for this stuff to clear out because the show was already sold out. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic, quarantine thing, they had to cancel the show.
Okay.
But when Apollo's up and running, they're going to give me another date. So I'll be at the Apollo Theater in New York City between 7th and 8th Avenue in the heart of Manhattan doing what I do, which is a bus driver in New York City, talking about these crazy people in the South Bronx.
That's right. Well, thanks for supporting me, man, and showing me love always. You know as much love, little bro. And I'll see you soon, man. Take care,
10
Pops.
seconds.
Oh, yeah, and make sure Mom's is okay, man. Make sure Mom's is okay.
I got her. You know that. All right, much
love you,
love.
big
Love
Thank you.
too, man.
Thank you for calling in the 2020 Vision. Stay focused.
All right. All right.
Bye. You know, we have gotten down to the last couple of minutes of the show. I knew this was going to be interesting. I knew that we were going to be talking. I said, man, this probably needs like 3 hours.
Yeah. We'll do a continuation. To be continued.
To be continued. Who's there? Who's that? Tina? Can she get in?
No.
Oh, Aziz.
Yes. Hi.
yo,
How are you?
Oh, I think we're both on the line, but I'm going to go ahead and let her go.
Who's on here?
Hello.
It's two people.
Who's saying hello?
Hi. Can you hear me? This is Tina.
Okay, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, listen. This question is for Mr. Lionel. I know that you have a father's rights page, or you had a petition. Can you tell us what's going on with that, and what you plan on doing with that petition?
The petition was designed to stop corruption in family court and get rid of corrupt attorneys in family court. And it is change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorney. And I mentioned Obama's name as well, not that he's corrupt or anything like that, but it was a letter to him to stop corrupt attorneys. And that's the petition, change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorneys. And the particular attorney, I don't want to say his name. I don't ever want to give him glory, but you can go to change.org, Evan Lionel, to stop corrupt attorneys. And it will come up. And there's a few thousand people who have signed and left amazing comments. And I would like to have millions of people sign because what I want to do is take it to Congress. And I literally want to get a law put on the books so that fathers cannot be divided from their children, that law against parental alienation, whether it be a father or a mother, but parents that actually lie to get the upper hand in custody and divorce, that they have to suffer the consequences of perjuring themselves, where it's automatic jail time. That's what needs to happen, and then people will stop lying in court. And that's said by Brian Banks himself in his book. He says they need to do an automatic mandatory, like you get mandatory time when you lie to destroy somebody's life. Shout out to Brian Banks. Great book, by the way. That woman tried to destroy your life and you endured, and you've been an inspiration to me.
I agree. I totally agree. You have any other questions,
and
Tina?
last question for those on Facebook. What is your social media handle?
My social media handle is Evan Lionel. I'm at Evan Lionel 2898 on IG, at Evan Lionel 2898. And Facebook is just my first and last name, Evan Lionel. I'm totally public. It's easy to find me. So it's EL Evan Lionel at EL Evan Lionel on IG and Evan Lionel on Facebook. My name is in everything. You can Google me, Evan Lionel. I'm a public figure. It's easy to find out about me. I don't hide from nothing, and my name is my birth name. It's not a stage name. So it's easy to find Evan Lionel, whether it be at Evan Lionel 2898, Facebook Evan Lionel, or just Google Evan Lionel, and all sorts of stuff will come up.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tina, for calling in. Thank you for joining the conversation.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling 2020 Vision. We have one more caller on the line. We're a couple of minutes over time, but we already knew this was going to happen. We got Evan Lionel in the studio. We knew it was going down. Aziz, you want to speak to the brother?
Yo. Well, of course I do. Well, first of all, it's an honor and a blessing to have you on the show. I just
Thank you,
want to say,
brother.
I back you, and I just hope that you're blessed in everything that you do from here moving forward. And I just appreciate what you are doing for us fathers who have children with the women that we are not with. So I just want to, and I don't necessarily have a question. I just want to tell you thank you for that and what an honor it is. And thank you for coming to Drip the Mic. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you guys for having me. I truly appreciate it, and I truly appreciate all y'all on IG and Facebook that's chiming in. I see all of y'all. Even see my folks from Chicago, my family. One of my cousins is on there who knows that my aunt is crazy and knows that I'm telling the truth about my mom, Herb Chapman, right there. But we love our family, and that's just my family. I love my mother. Anybody knows me knows that. You can go to my Facebook. You'll see all kind of wild videos of me and little beautiful mother on there, and mother is acting up in the videos. But she's doing well in Chicago. Her and my crazy aunt, they still doing their thing. Love to them. Jean, Joyce, and June.
Jean, Joyce, and June.
My
Shout
mom
out
is
to you.
Jean, and then Joyce and June, my two aunts.
Oh, Joyce and June, I know you guys keep it lit.
Oh, they do.
Right, exactly.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Big Bro, for chiming in with us. We came down to the last few minutes of the show. I would love to have you back, schedule in about a month or so when all this thing has panned out and when we're done with this healing that the world has to go through.
Yes.
And you're back out doing your thing and we back out doing our thing.
Yes.
I would love to have you come back. Right now, I want you to tell the people where they can see the film.
Okay, well, right now everything is on hold, but it has been picked up in a lot of film festivals.
Okay.
And the moment everything is back in action and they're not stopping public stuff, it was received well in the last film festival here.
Okay.
And it's selected for many film festivals. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Wonderful.
The director is Larita Shelby.
Okay.
Shout out to Larita Shelby.
Larita.
You know Larita? She was in the movie South Central. She co-starred with my good friend Glenn Plummer.
Okay.
She co-starred. She played his girlfriend.
All right.
Beautiful black lady like yourself.
All right.
Larita Shelby
Shout
is
out
the
to the
director.
beautiful black ladies like myself.
Yes. And she's also an author.
Okay,
Of
wonderful.
how she directed this movie and came to me with this was she had a book that she had written about her father, and she was kept away from her father,
Okay.
and it took her 40 years to find him.
Wow.
And after 2 years of spending time with him, he died.
Oh my
It took
God.
her 40 years to find him, but she did find him, and she is the director and executive producer of
Larita?
Dad Speaks. Larita Shelby, y'all.
Larita Shelby, shout out to you. Thank you so much.
And her book is called On My Father's Side.
On My Father's Side. You guys check that out. I'm sure it's on Amazon.
Yes,
And
it is on Amazon.
Okay, yeah.
And stop keeping fathers away from their children.
That's
Good
right.
fathers who want to be in their kids' life, you're hurting the children.
That's right.
I don't care how you feel about y'all broke up.
You're holding those babies.
Why
Because-
destroy their life because you feeling hurt? That's silly.
It's the most heartbreaking story to watch a child feel like their father doesn't want them.
Right.
Or
And
any parent that didn't want them. That really breaks a child from the beginning.
I got a voicemail on my phone that I have kept from when I was separated from them the very beginning, and I'll play it for you.
Okay.
My kids saying, "Dad, why don't you want us?" And
Oh, my
it
God.
breaks my heart to listen to that, but I keep it because I keep it as evidence.
Yes. that this is what she's poisoned their mind with.
Yes, I've never not wanted my kids.
I know it. I know it. The good news is the 17-year-old will be 18 soon, so he can come, search for you, and I'm sure he will. He knows that connection is strong. That connection is strong. All that love, energy that you put out in this universe for them, they have to feel it. It permeates through their spirit. I guarantee you, they're coming for you. They're going to find you. You don't even have to find them. They're going to find you.
Well, my middle daughter, with her beautiful self, either she's so much like me and looks just like my little mother. So she looks like little mother, and she acts like little mother. So I imagine her mother is having a lot to deal with on that.
Oh, you all up and through that house, wherever they are. You all up and through that. She got to look at you every day. So believe me, she's going through something too. But those babies are going to find their father, and we're going to have a celebration. I can't wait.
Amen. We'll have a big party. We'll have it at Unc's house with his crazy. I told you should have never. Like, man, shut up. Shout out to Stephen Williams. He's actually on Snowfall now.
Okay.
He's on Snowfall and Yellowstone with Kevin Costner.
Okay.
And he's also on Lock and Key. And he's also in Birds of Prey, the movie. So shout out to Unc. He doing his thing.
Yes. Well, tell them where they can get a hold to you at.
All y'all have to do is go to Facebook, Evan Lionel, DM me, or you can at Evan Lionel 2898 on IG, Evan Lionel 2898 IG, or you can Google me and you can, it's easy to find me. I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm out here. So please get in contact with me.
And he's out here spreading love, life, and light. You guys, if you haven't seen him, you better see him. Review tape. Do what you got to do. Educate yourself. Everyone knows him, but now you in the know. You have been listening to 2020 Vision on Drip the Mic Network. My name is Amira the Songstress, and you can find me at IG at Amira the Songstress, Facebook at Amira the Songstress, Twitter at Amira the Songstress, and you can also Google me at Amira the Songstress. And remember, stay focused. Hello, you guys. It's me, Amira the Songstress, and you've been tuned into 2020 Vision. I'd like to thank you guys for chiming in with us. I love all your support. But remember, subscribe and also ring that bell so that you can get notifications when we upload a new video. And remember, stay focused like 2020 Vision.